I
You
don't know what to
ready?
say. I don't know what to say. All right, here we go. Hey,
Let's do
welcome to the
it.
first ever Baseball Today. That's what we're rebranding it. We're just starting anew. We had trouble getting out of the starters blocks. We already talked about Joey Votto and his dominance. So you think that you like the Padres better as a wild card team that could go further if they make it instead of the Cincinnati Reds. Is that accurate?
I said that. Then you asked me about the lineups. I said they are comparable.
Yes.
So I'm basically in a series like that. I give it to pitching staff, and I'm going to lean San Diego in that regard, just because I think the bullpen's better, and that's my only really reason.
Now, I know they don't have to make a choice today because I imagine you, Darvish, will be fine eventually. He just got put on the injury list. Who would you start today in a wild card game if you were the Padres?
That's the tough one. I mean, you're telling me Darvish isn't healthy? It's probably got to
Not
be. It's
today.
probably got to be. It's got to be Joe Musgrove, right?
I think so.
Who? I mean, who? I mean, maybe you piggyback him and Snell together. Do something like that, and then you just have bullpen. Whatever you need, any high leverage guy in there at any time.
Isn't it amazing that they have made they've made big, more big trades than anybody in baseball the last 15 months, and this is where they are right now as a team. I mean, they are hanging on for dear life in that wild card.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, they there's also, let me get this up. They have a tough schedule coming up too, which is interesting for them.
Yeah,
so
this is the soft part of their schedule where they've played some Arizona, some Colorado, things of that nature. It's about to get gnarly. I think they played the Giants 9 times in the last 5 weeks or something.
And the Reds, I think, gets pretty easy coming
up.
So it's interesting. This will come down to it for sure. San Diego's got to step up, man.
Yeah. Okay, Sox and Yanks. They play 2 today. They're fighting it out for the wild card, although they both have dreams of winning that AL East and wrestling it away from the Tampa Bay Rays. Who's finishing with the better record?
Dude, I went back and forth on this so much. That's a tough question. I'm gonna say I like the Yankees just because I know Rizzo hasn't been there, but like when the Rizzo Gallo thing is clicking, there was like a new energy in that clubhouse. So I like that, and then but then on the other hand, Sale came back and gave that to the Red Sox. So it's a very tough question. I'm gonna say Yankees. Just because I feel like they've been playing better ball recently, so there's a little bit of recency bias there. No other reason than that.
Okay, fair enough.
Too hard of a question to answer. I hope you have a good answer.
I like the Yankees by this much.
Okay.
By this much. And I don't think the other team makes the playoffs. I don't think Well, I mean, it's not a definitive. I mean, you could have 3 teams from the East make it, and you wouldn't be, like, shocked. I mean, obviously there's only 1 team from the Central, and there's 2 teams from the West that are, competing it out. But it's not like the A's.
Sure.
The A's are only up, 1.5 on the Yanks, I think. So it's going to be great. I love it that we've got this many teams involved in the last 6 weeks of the year.
Yankees, Red Sox, 1-game wild card, Sale versus freaking Cole. Like, let's go. I'm in for it, man.
I know. That would be amazing.
I'm giving the home field advantage to the Yankees. I think they'll finish with a better record.
See, there you go. It wasn't that hard.
It is a hard question. How are we supposed to know? There's so much baseball left.
I know, but you could say that about any question I ask you on any given day.
I know. I do say that a lot.
But that's what makes it fun.
I'll go Yankees.
It's not fun when your Instagram blows up in your face 5 times. That kind of sucks. But we've persevered.
We're fine. We're fine.
All right, here we go. Kris Bryant, first multi-homer game as a San Francisco Giant. He is an impending free agent, just like the big 4 shortstops out there, Seager, Baez, Correa, and Story. Total value of contract in the offseason. Kris Bryant gets more than how many of those shortstops?
Oh, this is tough. I think he gets more than Javi Baez. And then after that, I am not so sure he can eclipse any of those guys.
Really?
Yeah, I think Seager and Correa are going to demand a lot of money. I mean, I think all of them are in demand a lot. I would say definitely above Baez, but then after that, I don't see him surpassing Story, Correa, or Seager. Because I think they're going to get a little bit longer of a run. You asked me total value of the contract. Mm-hmm. The age is going to play into it a little bit. How old is Trevor Story?
Okay, here's the thing. Trevor Story turns 29 in November. Bryant is 30 in January. So it's, not that big a difference. Plus, at some point, you have to imagine shortstops are changing positions.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe I would say he's got a chance to surpass Story and Baez, but I think Seager and Correa probably get a longer, more money total.
So here's the interesting thing. So Bryant's got a career 884 OPS. Yeah. He's had a couple of injury-plagued seasons, but people love his versatility, right? You don't have to play. You could play him at third. You could play him in center. You could play him in a corner outfield. Maybe somewhere down the line he becomes a first baseman. So he's got positional versatility, which I think people will be willing to pay for.
Sure.
The thing with Story, 980 career OPS at Coors, under 750 on the road. That's a massive dip. Massive. And I know that guys are much better at home than on the road, but that would be alarming to me.
Yeah, but this is the thing that we had him on our show talking baseball. We talked about what's the difference, Mm-hmm. Is it just the fact that you're hitting balls farther at Coors and more balls are finding the seats? And he started to explain it's actually kind of the opposite. And the reason the splits are the way they are is when you're in Colorado, those breaking balls aren't breaking as much. They just don't. That's why people hit better there. So when you do go on the road, all of a sudden these breaking balls are breaking more than you've seen. So they have to continuously take that iron mic or the jugs machine and just bang out sliders and off-speed pitches before games to get them ready for what a slider is actually supposed to do. So I think if he gets somewhere and he's just constantly seeing that, he's that good of an athlete, he wants it that much, he's going to be fine wherever he goes. He's going to make that adjustment. I don't think he'll continue to have a 770, whatever you said.
Yeah, under 750. It's a good point. One last thing about Kris Bryant. I think the team he's playing for did him a huge favor by extending Brandon Crawford for 2 years and $32 million. That was one place I thought that whether it was a Seager or Story or somebody, a prize shortstop could land and get a long-term deal. Instead, they're giving a short-term deal to a guy who has helped them win several world championships and is having an amazing MVP-type season. I don't begrudge them for that. What it means is the Giants have enough money to make, we know that Farhan was going to spend money when the team was ready to compete. They're competing this year. They've got a bunch of guys coming off the books. They're going to have to pay for some starting pitching somewhere. But if they want to make Kris Bryant the centerpiece of that organization in the next 6 or 7 years, they have the financial wherewithal to do it.
I like that. Two quick questions for you on Bryant.
Yeah.
Career salary so far.
So I think he's I would say he's probably about 16, 10. I would say he's at $38 million.
$63 million, Playboy.
What do you get this year?
Huh?
What do you get this year? Must have been 20.
19.5.
Yeah, that's what it was. I forgot.
So, I love playing that game. Now we go into the off season. What are you looking at? How many years?
If I'm a team, I can't in good faith give a position player any more than 7 years. I can't. I won't do it.
Okay. So we're talking 7 years for Bryant, 7 years, around 200 then.
Yeah, I would say 210.
Okay. You're going 30 a year for him?
Mm-hmm.
I hope he gets that. I would love that.
I would be happy for him. I think that'd be a good spot. All right, last one. Reds and Cubs will be the Field of Dreams game next year, reportedly. Are you good with that, or should it be the White Sox and some rotating team every year?
I get it, because I know the White Sox are the team in the movie. See that? I knew that. Didn't even watch the movie, and I knew that. I'm okay with it rotating. I think they are going to have to keep it geographically close, so you can do like a Minnesota series, you can do a St. Louis series, and you can do the Chicago teams, maybe Milwaukee too. Because you have to be able to bust there and bust back to the actual series if they're going to do one game. But I'm okay with them changing it up. I think it's cool for all these different fan bases to be able to go and experience that.
Well, I think it's cool if they're playing the Reds because the Reds were the other team in the Black Sox scandal. So I think that's kind of cool. They don't have to bust there. Both these teams flew in the day of the game.
Oh, they flew in there?
Yeah, yeah. Chicago had flown in from Minnesota, and I think the Yankees flew in from Kansas City. So you can do that.
Did they bust to Chicago from there then? They must have.
I'm sure they flew out that night. They probably bust a half hour to where they flew out of, and then they flew 40 minutes to Chicago or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Something like that. I think the first couple of years it still should be the White Sox. I think they should continue to build off that momentum. Here's the one caveat I would throw in there. They need to make it a full weekend. I would have 3 games. I would have one on a Thursday, I would have one on a Saturday, and I would have one on Sunday Night Baseball. And I would have 6 teams involved. Okay? I would leave the Friday open in case there's rain on whatever day it is, Thursday.
Okay.
And then I would leave Monday open in case there's rain on Saturday or Sunday that pushes those games somewhere else. So it would take a little finagling of the schedule, but I still think that you can have a huge, huge weekend there by having 6 different teams play.
Is it going to be a special then? Because this is cool.
Yes.
It's a one-off game, and then all of a sudden you're gonna just because it was successful, you want to capitalize on it, and you want to shove it down people's throat. No,
you're not shoving it down people's throat. Didn't you want more?
No.
No. You're like the one guy I've met who didn't want more.
It's special when it's only once a year. I think that's what makes it special. I'll tell you what, if I was a player, I'd be wanting to play there. The way that ball was flying, are you kidding me?
Well, you wouldn't want to pitch there.
Yeah, well, I'm not a pitcher.
Oh, well, you were in high school. I heard you were pretty good. All right, what do you got coming up on JOMBOY? Let's get the hell out of here. I got to get this YouTube out of my machine here.
Oh, man. I got a sequence episode coming out today. I go over a play that Jamie Carroll and Justin Morneau made against David Ortiz. My producer Dan's always telling me to do more stuff for my career, so I said, fine, we'll do that. And then I'm actually going out in 45 minutes. We're going to record the Talking Baseball episode that's going to come out tomorrow.
Like that.
What you got?
Once again, the Glass Now episode is out. Surprise guest, Brett Phillips. We got him while he was out doing some shopping or something, but he was very funny on it. Gave us a little 3-minute drive-by, which was good. So, people love Glass Now. They love listening to him and his insight, and it's the first time he's talking since Tommy John's surgery. Supposed to tape one today. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that one, so I don't want to talk too much about it. Yes.
Special guest?
No, just, okay. No big deal. Just, okay. I'll talk to you offline about it. Last point, Erie Seawolves, AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. Thanks for the lid. It's a great one. Go out and shop for it. And they were cool enough to send me a Casey Mize no-hitter bobblehead. Remember when I think it was first AA start, he had a no-hitter, and there it is.
I played there.
Huh?
I played in Erie before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had good times in Erie.
Yeah, good place. 90 miles from my hometown. All right, listen, everybody have a wonderful day. I apologize for my shitty Wi-Fi. That's my fault. I don't know what happened. You okay there, bro?
I'm just letting the people know I'm not high.
No, people know. Look, God, it's not even close. It's way too much white in those eyeballs. Everybody have an amazing, amazing day, and enjoy the baseball. We'll see you Wednesday. Fingers crossed.
Baseball
Thanks
today.
For watching.
Let's go.
Baseball today.
Go.